A man from China, known online as Max Chin, shared a video on May 22, 2025, that quickly drew attention for being, at the very least, unusual. He doesn't offer any explanation for how it happened, but from what it looks like, he was walking down the street when something made him suddenly stop. Without overthinking it, he pulls out his phone to record the strange moment. In the footage, a man appears at a window. His skin is extremely pale, so pale it almost looks gray. He stands there completely motionless, eyes closed. No movement, no reaction. And as unsettling as the sight is, the question remains, are we really looking at something paranormal? Or is there a more logical explanation for what was captured on camera? As always, you're the judge, and the final decision is yours. An urban explorer from El Salvador regularly shares short videos from his visits to abandoned locations. In one of those clips, he's exploring a place known as Las Margaritas in Soyapango. At the beginning of the video, you can see him walking through a wooded area, moving carefully until he comes across an old well. And it's right there that he records something truly unsettling.
Huepuya. Ya vieron. Hola!
As he approaches, sounds begin echoing from inside the well. Pay close attention. They resemble a woman's screams coming from deep below. The audio is faint, but you can make out what sounds like a distant cry for help. The problem is, the explorer doesn't provide any additional context. He doesn't mention whether the location has any urban legends, known history, or similar past reports. That lack of information only adds to the mystery. In the comments, viewers began speculating. Some believe there could have been something alive down there, maybe an animal. But if it wasn't an animal, then what could explain that sound? And there's another important detail. The noise stops the moment the explorer starts speaking.
Hola!
That raises an interesting question. If someone were truly trapped down there, wouldn't they keep calling for help? Why the sudden silence? There's no confirmation of what caused the sound. There may be a simple explanation, or it could be something that hasn't yet been understood. Either way, the footage remains, at the very least, deeply unsettling. A woman named Sarai claims she received a supposedly haunted doll. According to her, this wasn't just an ordinary toy. It was so disturbing that, in her words, it did things straight out of a horror movie. To understand what happened, it's best to hear it from Sarai herself, describing what began unfolding inside her home.
A esta muñeca se la regalaron a mi hija, esta ahorita para Navidad. Y resulta y resalta que me quedé sola yo aquí en mi casa hace como que unos 2 o 3 días. Y yo estaba acostada cuando sola empezó a sonar y de la nada empezó así pues a caminar. Pues lógicamente es que no se le va a mirar las... ¿Sí me entienden? No se puede aquí, no se puede porque pues me van a bajar el video. A ver, voy a tapar así. Pero si se dan cuenta, no tiene absolutamente nada aquí, porque yo todo le quito, pues mira, si le tocas, absolutamente todo se le quita, mira, mira.
Sarai says the doll would move on its own, even without batteries, and without anyone touching it. That alone would be unsettling. But things escalated one particular night. While she was resting, she began hearing strange noises coming from her daughter's bedroom. Sounds that didn't make sense, out of place. When she went to check on it, she says she walked into something too terrifying to ignore.
Mira, es lo que te dije. Esta muñeca no para de moverse. Estoy aquí acostada y mira, fíjate, no deja de moverse, no deja de sonar sola. Yo no la he tocado absolutamente para nada. La he tocado para nada, la he movido y mírala. Y estoy totalmente sola, o sea, es en serio, no hay nada. ¡Ay, Dios mío santo! ¿Quién está ahí? ¿Quién está ahí? ¿Hola?
As you can see in the footage, the doll begins moving by itself. Sarai, clearly panicked, tries to film everything. The video is shaky. You can feel her fear through the camera. Then suddenly, a loud bang echoes from another room in the house. Notice this detail. The sound doesn't come from the bedroom. It comes from somewhere else entirely. She decides to investigate, and according to her, what happens next is something she will never forget.
Estoy sola en la casa, mira. No te estoy mintiendo, estoy totalmente sola aquí en la casa. La niña no está, porque pues la niña está ahorita con mi mamá, la niña no está. ¿Soy yo o la maleta se movió? ¿Quién está ahí? Virgen Santa, Virgen Santa. Esto se acaba de mover hacia mí. Se sigue moviendo hasta el... ¿Cómo se llama esa cosa de allá abajo? Estoy toda nerviosa. No hay nadie. Yo estoy totalmente sola aquí en la casa, mira. Estaba acostada. Ya está bien tarde. Son como la 1, las 2 de la mañana. Y esta bendita muñeca empezó. Ya me da hasta miedo tocarla. Empezó sola a moverse, a cantar. ¡Ay, Dios! Intentaron abrir esta puerta.
After that incident, Sarai walks through the house trying to calm herself down. For about a minute, everything seems quiet, as if it's over. But when she passes by a glass door, the camera captures something deeply unsettling.
No hay absolutamente nadie aquí. Lo tengo más que claro, no hay nadie, mira. Aquí estoy yo totalmente... Padre Celestial, ¿soy yo? ¿Estoy mal o hay alguien allá parado? Esta cosa se está... Mira, fíjate. Va para el cuarto de la niña. ¿Te das cuenta? Mírala. Va para el cuarto de la niña.
A silhouette wearing light-colored clothing, with long hair, appears for a few seconds on the other side of the door. Moments later, the doll, which had been sitting still on top of a dresser, is seen walking on its own through the house. The video ends abruptly, with Sarai picking up the doll and turning off her phone. After all of these manifestations, the question remains, are we looking at something truly paranormal? Or could there be a simpler explanation behind everything that happened? As always, I want to know what you think. Leave your opinion in the comments. A man known as Julio Lopez shared a mysterious video on his social media. According to him, the footage was recorded by a farm worker who was out in the field that day. The worker was driving his tractor like usual, just another normal day on the job, when something caught his attention. That's when he noticed something strange in the rearview mirror. Startled, he grabbed his phone to record what he was seeing. Through the mirror, you can make out something very small coming down the road right behind the tractor. Pay close attention. It doesn't look like a typical animal, and it's not easy to identify. The figure is small, moves in an unusual way, and seems to be following the vehicle. For the person driving, this clearly didn't feel normal. What makes it even stranger is that at one point, the small presence appears to hide, almost as if it realized it could get trapped or exposed. That behavior only raises more questions. It's no surprise that many viewers began speculating that it might be some kind of goblin-like creature. But what was it really? Something real, accidentally captured on camera, or just an illusion caused by distance and perspective? So far, there's no definitive answer. In July of 2024, a young woman was home alone. Her family had been away for several nights, and the silence in the house was starting to feel unsettling. That's when she began hearing strange sounds coming from the kitchen. Sharp noises, small, dry sounds, like something being dragged across the floor. Even though she was scared, she decided to go and check it out.
Es la 1:33, otra vez, de la madrugada, y se escuchan otra vez cosas. Pero no lo grabé, pues no, o sea, tampoco voy a estar grabando de que no mames, pero no lo grabé. Pero otra vez se escuchan cosas. La neta, no mames, no sé qué voy a hacer. Ahorita. No. Puta madre. Ni modo. No mames, no mames. Eso no estaba tirado ahorita. El cereal se supone que estaba allá arriba. No mames, la neta, no mames. No, vete a la verga. Vete a la verga, vete a la verga.
She hadn't been sleeping well for days. On several previous nights, she'd been woken up by noises echoing through the house. Light footsteps, cracking sounds, things that were hard to explain. So instead of just listening anymore, she decided to act. She worked up the courage and placed a camera exactly where the sounds seemed to be coming from. The idea was simple: finally figure out what was happening. But what the camera captured only made things far more disturbing.
Y ya pasaron como 15 minutos que lo dejé grabando. Pero me da miedo ir a ver el video. Sí se escucharon ruidos, pero me da miedo salir, la verdad. Vamos a ver. Me voy a armar de valor y vamos a ver. No se ve nada. Fíjense. ¿Qué pedo? ¿Por qué hace eso la cámara? Por ahí se escucha un ruido. Como por ahí. No mames, no mames, no mames. No mames, no mames. No mames, güey, no mames. ¿Qué vergas es eso? ¿Qué vergas es eso? Me está dando miedo. Te lo juro que estoy temblando. ¡No! ¡No mames! ¡No mames! ¡No mames! ¡No mames! ¡No mames! Plebes, me estoy muriendo de miedo. Estoy aquí afuera de la casa. Me da miedo. Me da miedo meterme ya. No sé qué hacer.
In the footage, objects begin to move on their own. Items shift position even though no one is nearby. But pay attention to the most unsettling detail. At one point, a sinister figure can be seen lurking in the living room, standing still, watching. That's when her fear stops feeling like imagination. Not knowing what else to do, completely terrified, she decides to call the authorities. When officers arrive, they conduct a full search of the house, room by room, doors, windows, any possible signs of a break-in, and strangely enough, they find nothing. So now the question remains, was this young woman experiencing some kind of unexplained manifestation? Or is there another explanation behind everything that happened? To this day, there's no definitive answer, and whatever was inside that house remains a mystery. A young man decided to test an app that claims to make contact with the spirit world. He openly said he didn't really believe in it, but he figured he'd try it anyway, just to see if there was actually something there with him. What happens next is, at the very least, strange.
Is there a spirit here with me?
Yes, there is a spirit here with you.
Okay. What's your name?
You know my name.
I know your name. Alright, have we met before?
Why are you acting like this? Are you feeling okay?
I'm feeling fine. Are you feeling okay?
I'm a little cold and everything is dark in here. Why do you have the lights out?
It's actually daytime in my house.
I've been calling you all day, baby, and you've been ignoring me. If something's wrong, say so. Let's talk about this. It's making me very angry.
As he interacts with the app, a message appears saying that a spirit is present in the room. At first, it seems like just another random response, but things take a weird turn when the supposed spirit says it's angry. At that exact moment, a framed photo suddenly falls to the floor. No one touches it. Startled, he quickly turns around and grabs the camera to get a better shot of what's happening, and that's when something appears in the doorway. As he stands up, you can clearly see something there, a dark shape, completely still. The strangest part? There was nothing there before. He doesn't notice it in the moment, but the camera does. Was it really something supernatural or just a glitch in the recording? The question remains. In the fall of 2020, a woman named Lauren began experiencing disturbing moments on the property where she lived. At first, it was just small things, details that seemed harmless, but slowly started to feel unsettling. Her backyard was surrounded by several trees. All of them looked normal, except one. Unlike the others, this one appeared dry, lifeless, almost dead. And yet, there was something about it that kept drawing Lauren's attention. Driven by that feeling, she decided to get closer and realized something at the very least strange was happening there.
So I have a bunch of trees in my backyard, but there's this one that doesn't look like the other trees. So I'm gonna go check that one out because it has pretty red leaves or flowers next to it, and it's interesting. I'm wearing my work boots, so in case my dog runs off, I'm not chasing after her barefoot. So here's the tree. It's dead, but it's very pretty. And there's these weird things that are in it. I don't know what that's for. And it has crazy holes that I like. But here's the pretty red things. Flowers. No, they're leaves. Those are leaves. Oh. I like you. What is that?
The tree didn't just look different, it felt different. Lauren couldn't explain why, but it left her uneasy. Still, nothing concrete happened after that. No noises, no visible presence, and for nearly a full year, everything remained silent. Until 2021, when things took a terrifying turn.
So I'm walking around the fence line of my property, and I've noticed that someone or something has put something on pretty much all of my fence posts. I don't know if someone's like fucking with me or if this is something else, but like it's literally all like bones or like a creepy doll. I don't know what that was, but like horns, skulls. I don't know. I don't know if someone's fucking with me or if this is actually something I should be kind of worried about. I'm just kind of tired of it at this point.
While walking along the fence line of her property, Lauren noticed something had been placed on nearly every fence post. Pay attention to this detail. It wasn't random trash. It didn't look like something blown in by the wind. And it definitely didn't feel like a coincidence. She begins recording, visibly confused and clearly exhausted by whatever had been happening. According to her, someone or something had been leaving strange objects there. Bones, animal remains, pieces resembling broken dolls, fragments that were difficult even to identify. She didn't know if it was some kind of sick prank or something worse. In a quiet voice, she wonders whether someone was deliberately trying to scare her or if it meant something else entirely. What made it more disturbing was the pattern. Nearly every post had something placed on it. That's important. It didn't feel random. Lauren was emotionally drained. She said she didn't know what to think anymore or what to do. She couldn't just leave. That was her home, and worst of all was the constant feeling of being watched. Days later, things escalated. At night, she began hearing noises outside the house. Every time she checked, no one was there. At first, she tried to rationalize it, but within days, what was simply strange started becoming truly frightening.
my fucking door just closed.
Is that the slam sound?
Yes. And it's locked.
What the fuck?
I just got locked out of my house.
Is there anyone there?
Yes, nobody's here.
That's kind of scary. Where's the door?
Luna! Luna's inside by herself. I don't even see her in there.
Well,
Hang on.
Don't do anything rash. Baby? Hello? Oh, fuck, she's nudged.
One seemingly normal night, Lauren was on the phone with her boyfriend when she heard a loud noise from the back of the house. Before she could process what was happening, the door suddenly slammed shut, hard, and locked. Panicked, she asks her boyfriend if he heard it too. The door had closed from the inside, and now she was locked out. She tries the handle, pulls, forces it. Nothing. It's locked. Confused, she looks around, trying to see if someone is there. And then comes the most distressing detail. Her dog, Luna, was still inside. Lauren manages to get the door open and rushes in, calling out for Luna. Moments later, the door slams shut again. Another sharp bang, and then silence. No explanation, no visible presence, just the suffocating feeling that something was inside that house, with her or with the dog. After that incident, everything went quiet again. Weeks passed in complete silence. No strange noises, no misplaced objects. It felt like things had returned to normal, at least on the surface. Late one night, Lauren was inside when she heard a sharp sound coming from outside. She froze. She tried to think logically. A branch, the wind, anything reasonable. But the sound came again, closer, clearer. That's when she decided to record.
Luna, come here. Sit. Come here. Fuck. Hang on. Can't see.
She carefully opens the window and looks out into the yard. It's completely empty. No person, no animal, nothing. And yet, the feeling was undeniable. She wasn't alone. After that, the incident simply stopped, at least for now. There have been no further updates. To this day, Lauren has never been able to explain what was truly happening on that property, or who or what seemed to be trying to get her attention that night. And maybe the most unsettling part is exactly that. There's no clear explanation, and the doubt remains. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like. It really helps the channel, and if you're brave enough, click the video on your screen right now. Trust me, it's even more disturbing. I'll see you there.